Hi all, welcome to the first of many top 5 league teams. We're going to be working through them one at a time through the big 5 leagues, so hopefully this helps you, give you an idea of where I predict teams may go. So especially awesome, sub to the channel if you're new, follow me to Twitter, the Legend. All links are down below, post the channel and social media links as always. Starting off with Arsenal, and as I say, these are going to be thick, fast and everything, so check on the channel regularly. These will, as I said, I'll be not hanging about with them really in essence. So starting off from an Arsenal view, Leno, 85 rated. I think he will go up 1 from his base card, so probably just plus 1s maybe across the board for his stats. Yes, obviously he's injured as well, so they may keep him as an 84, but I feel he's maybe done just enough to merit an upgrade. Hector Bellerin, I'm just keeping the same. I don't really see any changes happening to him. If anything, he may go up 1, just maybe defensively and physically, but not convinced enough on that regards. Sokratis and David, I think, will both be part of the -2 club, I think. Just solely because of how the team was last season, but also just as they're getting older as well. Even though they're established players, I just feel that they will both probably receive like -2s across the board on their respective stats. Sokratis obviously 84, David Luiz 83 on FIFA 20. Then Tierney, I think +2 or +3 being a big player for me, especially after lockdown, making a big difference, and I feel may see him go up quite nicely in a number of areas. Xhaka may stay the same. Some people are thinking even +1 on him, or even down 1, but I'm sticking to him staying the same. Same with Torreira. I feel both of these players may just do enough to stay roughly as they are. Ozil, -2 for him. He may even go more, just because he isn't really doing anything for Arsenal. He's pretty much just sitting on the bench, and that's pretty much what he's doing these days. So the team may, because of how they're playing, he may be someone that is affected as a result, but obviously time will tell. Aubameyang, I'd like to put him up 1 at least. I feel he is worthy of like an 89 rating, but obviously it comes down to everything into it, because he had such a good season last year, and position is a factor. Could he be a left wing, striker, or so forth? Lacazette, I think, may go down 1, because he obviously is an 86, but I think he may go down 1, just due to a number of factors, and if that is the case, then it is what it is. Nicolas Pepe, I'm keeping the same. I feel he's done just enough to stay the same. If anything, he may go down 1, but I feel he may just do enough to stay as an 83. Martinez gets an upgrade solely because of him playing a lot after lockdown. That is the big reason for it. If he hadn't been playing so much after lockdown, I think he may have ended up going roughly about the same rating, which I would understand, but at the same time, like, it's some players have benefited maybe in a sense because of lockdown in some teams' cases, and some obviously haven't. But I feel obviously Martinez has kind of been a big benefactor of like the lockdown for Arsenal, and that's what's going to help him get an upgrade. He may even go rare. Like, I've just kept him as a non-rare because I'm not 100% convinced if he will be a rare or non-rare. But then from there, obviously we've got Kolasinac. I suspect him to be given a downgrade even. So I feel there's no real reason for him to be given like an upgrade, even a downgrade is most logical on him, I feel. Obviously -2, and we'll take it from there. Mustafi, another one downgraded by 2. Feel that's kind of most logical. He's not really playing much for them, and generally -2 across the board seems most fair. Now Saliba, obviously he's been at St Etienne and be given like a gold card up to a 77, but it's a tricky one because it's why, but also how much potentially does he go high enough that he stays in contention to be a gold, because it does make a big difference for like SBCs and so forth, especially if say Mustafi, Kolasinac, David Luiz, for example, say we're all to leave. You're kind of light to work with. But as I say, it's just guesswork, obviously. Chambers, I'm keeping the same. I'm not really seeing anything that convinced me to upgrade him. Holding, I put down 1. I didn't really see enough that made me feel convinced that he will go up or stay the same. Maitland-Niles, I've put up 2 across the board. I feel mostly it will be like maybe say his defending and physical, and maybe minor upgrades on like say passing and shooting and dribbling. Maybe not say his pace, but time will tell. Saka may go a gold. He may be given quite a significant upgrade. Like obviously Saka's a 65, being one of the big players since lockdown. Like I may be over upgrading him, as it were. Obviously he got a man in the match that put him to 75, so he may go in line with that, but we'll see what happens. Obviously Martinelli have made a goal to 77, another big influential player for them, and you've kind of got to give these players like a big boost, I feel, as well, even though the team's not been performing as well as they would like. And Nketiah, I've put up to 74 silver. He may sneak into golds, but I'm not convinced enough. Same with Willock, I've made him 74. So they're both up +6 and +7 respectively. And then Guendouzi, I've put up to 78, up 3, generally boosting him across the board. But for me, he's someone that could go rare or stay as a non-rare. And obviously you've got players that are like on loan or kind of not within the team. Like ones you've got to kind of factor in are like your Ceballos, for example. Danny Ceballos, if he stays permanent at Arsenal, then he may stay around an 81, 82, but it's time will tell, of course. And I think the likes of like obviously I think El Neni's now permanent in like Turkey. Mkhitaryan's like looking permanent at Roma. Cedric could be ending up back at Arsenal, so I'm not sure. Mavropanos obviously is, I think, still on loan in Germany. Reece Nelson I didn't include because obviously you can't obviously factor for everybody, but he is someone that could easily sneak in as like a 73, 74 silver. He's got a good shout, obviously, that could happen. Macy you've got to factor in as well. Smith Rowe. And then any of the other Arsenal youngsters that are kind of kicking about, like they're the ones you've got to kind of factor in. And then obviously if they bring in any more transfers, I would personally say as well that Arsenal, for me, I think it could be one of these teams that's kind of like half and half for upgrades and downgrades, solely because of how various players have been. So don't be surprised to see quite a lot of changes for this. And then obviously from a League SBC view, it would mean that you may find that Ozil, Sokratis, David Luiz, they could be quite common in it, depending on how obviously what rating they make the squad and obviously what pack they give. But for me, Arsenal, this is where I'm roughly at with it. I don't see many more changes with it, but obviously it's just guesswork. It is just trying to factor in if the team, it's like you've also got to remember as well, it's like some of the players as well, like the likes of Ozil, Lacazette, potentially could be going. So even though we're showing them in this prediction, they may end up at say another team. Like obviously in Lacazette's case it's Atletico Madrid. Ozil could be anywhere, you never know. Could be Germany, could be Turkey, could be China, you never know. It's trying to factor in who comes in, who goes out as well. So that's why I've tried to kind of factor in like the main kind of like 23 players and take it from there. But Arsenal you should be fine with, nothing too strenuous, but hopefully you find this useful. Let's say we're going to be working through like all the teams one by one by one. EPL is where we're starting off with, then we'll work through the rest of the leagues from there. So as I say, these will be thick and fast, and I'm not going to be hanging about with them, so that way it gives you an idea. So I'll be doing team predictions, I'll get the one to watch, and then I will get the top like 100 from there. So obviously you'll kind of roughly work out from the big 5, but I feel some of the top 100 will be in non-top 5 leagues. I feel I've got a few that spring to mind I think will be in the top 100 that are non-top 5 leagues. But as I said, hopefully you find it useful. Comment down below your thoughts for Arsenal, and also when it comes to any of the other teams. Smash likes always, folks. Sub to the channel for now, and I will catch you all later.